Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to Harry's Highlights. On this video, we're going to talk about the book The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. This is a collection of the individual laws that it takes to become an effective leader. So what we're doing is we're focusing on each individual law. Now this video is all going to be about the law of the inner circle, law number 11. Now the law of the inner circle is an understanding how a leader's potential is determined by those that are closest to him or her. So it's understanding just what an effect that the people you spend time with has, and especially the people that are in your inner circle, the ones that are closest to you, how much of an effect and influence they have on everything you do. See, there's a great saying, nobody does anything great alone. Leaders do not succeed alone. What makes them different is the leader's inner circle. So when you look at any leader, you can understand a lot about them when you look at their inner circle. If they're surrounded by other people that complement their weaknesses, you can work out pretty quickly that leader's going to be quite strong. They're going to be quite effective. They're going to be quite powerful in a lot of ways. Because for every weakness they have a person there available, at least one, sometimes more, that can cover that weakness. That leader's weakness, that person they have in the inner circle, that's their strength. That means every gap, every crack, every hole, every space is filled, and you have a team that's like a fortress. Everything is solid and supporting one another. When you look at things specifically, there is no substitute for performance, but without a good team, they often don't get the opportunity. So that means the leader's potential is determined by those closest to them. That's the law of the inner circle. It means that for any sort of leader to reach their full potential, not just good potential, not just great potential, but their full potential, the absolute maximum they can, they need a solid inner circle. An inner circle that lifts them up, that doesn't always necessarily lean on them. So when you have an inner circle of lifters versus leaners, it means that everyone is lifting up one another and everyone is rising. There's nobody not pulling their weight. There's nobody slacking. There's nobody, I'll lean on you to make my job easier. It's, I'll lift you because you lift me. And then with two people lifting, everyone is being lifted up and everybody is succeeding together. Because that as well, the leader's potential, the one that's leading the group, is increased. And it increased almost always to its maximum capacity. See, there's a great saying there that, nobody does everything well. You can do what I cannot do. I can do what you cannot do. Together, we can do great things. That's a quote by Mother Teresa. So what she understood, and her ability to lead like thousands of people, was because she understood that nobody does everything well. No matter how great of a person you are, no matter how talented you are, no matter how much opportunity you have, no matter how many resources, no matter how much of an advantage you have, nobody does everything well. Even if it looks like for a period of time that person is able to do anything they do turns to gold, there will come a time, there will come a point where they will be lacking in something, where they will just not have the know-how, they won't be able to figure it out, they just won't be well suited to whatever that is. And that's what it means, is that some people believe that because a person's been really good at multiple things, they were good at sport and they were good at academics and they were, they seemed really popular and they seemed really good at this one. And then you'll find that there's, 1, 2, maybe 3 different areas where they are abysmal at, that they are just absolutely hopeless. And in order to be effective at its maximum capacity, you're going to need somebody to fill in those gaps. You need somebody there to fill in those weaknesses for you. They say no leader rides alone. There are no Lone Ranger leaders. Think about it. If you're alone, you're not leading anybody, are you? So when you look at it specifically, there might be individual success. There might be people that decide I won't have a team, but they'll cap how far they can go. They'll truly cap their potential, because there'll come a time, there'll come a point, there'll come a situation or environment where they can no longer go any further without growing somehow. And sometimes some things are just outside of their capabilities. Some things are just, maybe they have the potential to fix that weakness or solve that problem, but the amount of time it would take would almost be not worth it. It'd be far quicker, far more efficient, and far easier to involve somebody else that can cover that weakness for you. And effective leaders recognize that. They recognize that for a lot of effective leaders, they recognize that time and energy is invaluable. That there's a finite amount of it, even though, people say that, you can always just keep pushing forward, self-discipline and things like that. There's always a finite amount of time and energy. And you can always find more efficient ways to do things. And especially if you can then share the load, instead of you trying to maximize your strengths and then minimize your weaknesses, have somebody come in and fill them in for you. If you have somebody cover those weaknesses with something that's already a strength for them, it's not difficult for them. It's not hard for them. They're doing what's already naturally strong for them. That means that you then together, as Mother Teresa says, understanding that you can do what I cannot do, I can do what you cannot do. That means together we can do great things. That combination, and then that's just with just two people. As you grow that team, you're then able to fill in gaps and weaknesses in areas that, anything that you encounter, any angle, any position, any avenue, you have somebody there positioned available for what it is you're looking to achieve. See, when you look at it and understand that, it means that the leader finds greatness in the group and he or she helps the members find it in themselves. So a lot of those people that have that strength and then all those other weaknesses that might be your strengths, it's up to you to recognize their strengths, understand how it could benefit you, but then also how then that person can then understand themselves better and then find greatness in themselves so they can then flourish and grow to their full capacity. See, understanding it in whole, only if you reach your potential as a leader do your people have a chance to reach their potential. So if it's understood that the only way you can reach your full potential is with a team, and the only way that your people can reach their full potential is if you reach your full potential, you need each other as much as, much more than you realize, because it's symbiotic. It's one hand helping the other. So keeping that in mind, you have to be intentional in your relationship building. You need to choose people that either fill in your weaknesses, that, help you in a personal or professional way, benefit you in somehow. And that's not being selfish. That strategy is not being cunning or being, deceptive or deceitful in any ways. You might genuinely like the person and understand that, in order for you guys to get along, there has to be part of the law of connection has to play its part in it. So you get to know each other, and some people might have your strengths, your weaknesses are their strengths, but they still might be a wrong fit. They still might not be compatible with you. So it's about being intentional and strategic about everything in all areas of it. Making sure you're compatible, making sure that you guys do benefit each other. So when you understand that, you must give thought to the success of the people who follow you as well. Because if you guys can't get along, and even though they can benefit you and you can benefit them, if you can't get along, your success is going to be limited. Your success is going to be restricted. It's going to be difficult for you guys to truly reach your full potentials. You might be able to get a few further steps, but in order for you to become reaching your full potential of things, there needs to be symbiosis. So when you understand that once you've reached your capacity in time and energy, the only way you can increase your impact is through others. You understand the value of a team now, because once you've reached a certain level and you guys to get there further, to increase your impact, to increase what you can do, you're going to need more people. You're going to need a stronger team. You're going to need a team in the beginning and then a stronger team, whether that be that same team rising up with you or increasing that team or replacing certain members in that team to ensure that the team's success, the team has the best chance of reaching success. This is understanding of the law of the inner circle. Understanding that your potential as a leader is determined by those that are closest to you. So the importance of understanding that inner circle and who you put there, not only because you'll attract plenty of people, but who you decide to put in that inner circle permanently will have a huge impact on you and the rest of the team. So keeping all of that in mind helps you understand how to become a more effective leader, how you can achieve your goal faster, and how you can have maximum impact while reaching your full potential and helping your followers reach their full potential as well. Now we're making a lot more of these videos for this training series to help you with your personal development goals. That's all for now though. So until next time, leave a comment below on what you like the most. I look forward to sharing more with you in the next episode of Harry's Highlights.